All right, we seem to be live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the first couple of people in here this morning, which is Lady Merlina. Thank you for being the first one here. Jet Shelley, I see you. Thank you for being here. Great goodies. So fine you're here. And Lisa Marie Chin King is in the building. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up. Shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the brother Troy Stars Trucking Vlogs on YouTube. Please continue to go over to Troy's channel and support his channel. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. You're a good person. You deserve respect. Morning, morning, and good morning. I'll go back to the top and I'll big up some people this morning for being here and these things. But boy, I only have one topic on the board this morning, and that one topic is Peter Spencer. What happened to Peter Spencer? Now, I was asked by a couple of subscribers to SouFLo, please go look into this one, do something on this one. And I did. I did a video on YouTube. I uploaded the video after gathering information about what allegedly happened to Peter Spencer. And then his mom called me and I spoke to his mom. And I hope his mom is watching. And if she's not, she'll surely get back to me again because I told her I would be looking out for her call. His mom said a couple things in that video that I did was not quite so, or it wasn't right. So I told her that, you know how I do my stuff. She said, SouFLo, I watch your stuff all the time, right? And thank you for putting some light on Peter's situation, on our situation. However, some of the information was off. And I said, I got it from a certain source, and it was a trusted news media source. And she said, yeah, I know. I know how you get your information and where you were getting it from and whatever. And I've spoken to them as well before, but they printed it that way. So I wanted to know the true truth from her side of what she thinks happened to her son, right? He's been laid to rest, his funeral passed, and trust me, I'm one person, I don't see all the news. So the people them who are saying stuff like, yeah man, when people get murdered, Jamaica, you're upon every murder. But as soon as we get killed off over foreign, you act like you don't see or hear nothing. The United States of America is huge, huge. And every state has its own thing going on. And then every city in each state has its own stuff going on. So news comes in waves and different ways, right? And what I'm tuned into, it wasn't showing on that radar yet. So shout out again to the subscribers for pointing it to me. And what it is, or seems to be, is a young man that left Jamaica with hopes and dreams of coming to the United States of America, maximizing his potential, using all the stuff that you have placed or you have here, opportunities that you have here for you or for him to become a better person. I heard that he wanted to be a chef and he wanted to have a restaurant. Then I heard that he hoped to own a trucking company and go into trucking. Shout out to Troy Stars Trucking Vlogs. That's Troy over there. So if you want to see what Peter was aspiring to do, go watch Troy's channel. See how everything is connected. But yes, his situation to me looked crazy. And we're going to go through the full article here. Me doing the video is just me gathering information and then giving opinion. Me doing the live is other people are able to say what they feel like happened to him as well and ask some valid questions and even prepare somebody else who's coming and might have the same kind of mindset as Peter. Because, I think Peter was, I won't say naive, but he was to a certain extent. See, I was raised in the United States of America, right? I'm a Jamaican, but I was raised here. Greater part of my childhood was spent in the US, not in Jamaica. So I've been I guess I know how to communicate and read. I know how to communicate with certain communities and certain people, and I also know how to read the room, read the temperature of the people around me, spot certain things before it escalates, and take for myself, that kind of stuff. But when it just come, right, and if you just come here and you have a mindset that, you know, all people are good people, and yeah, man, them genuine and thing like that, then you can get yourself in trouble pretty quickly by some people who don't like you just because of how God created you, not because you did something to offend them or anything. Your existence is an offense to them. That's it. So, and there were certain things that were said in Peter's story, which they would have been code word for me to say, hell no, I can't go, or to simply move away from those people, period. I'll tell you what the code words were, and I'll tell you how I learned these code words and all this. But the signs were there. Peter just didn't see it. So, in cold blood, who was Peter Spencer and how did he die? Is what we're going to get into this morning. All right. This should take up the whole time this morning because I want to go extensively into Peter's story. And like I said again, I hope his mom understands that I'm taking information. There was an updated one printed yesterday in the Jamaica Star, I believe, but that's not the one I'm going off of. I'm going off the original story as it is printed in one of the major news houses. CNN carried it, the New York Times carried it. I mean, huge entities carry it. It was covered on pretty much all major news media network in the United States of America, not bloggers, major news media network. The Sun carried it. The New York Times, I said that already, carried it. New York Post carried it. So many people carried it. I'm taking this one from the Sun just so I can read through what they said happened to him so far. All right. Before we do that, though, I'm gonna big up some people. Happy morning to each and every one of y'all. It's Tuesday morning. I hope you're feeling well. Back to the top. All right. Lady Marlena, first one in the building this morning. Big up yourself, Lady Marlena. Thank you for being here. Jet Shelley, Great Goodies, So Fine, Lisa Marie Chin King, all here. Get them big up already and getting big up again. Mystic Lion is in the building. Caribbean Queen is also in the building this morning. Lovely Aneka. Hope all is well. Didn't see you for a few days. Marcia Maynard is in the building. Michelle Williams is in the building. Michelle Williams says, good morning, SouFlo family and everyone. Good morning, Michelle. Thank you for being here. King Biggs, morning fam. Wagwan. Dainty D is in the building. VB721 is here. Nadine Lee is here. Sophie B is here. New Haven, Connecticut is in the building. Up, up, up. You know I have family there. I keep saying that. Anika Anderson is in the building. Banchers Joe is in the building. Banches Joe is in the building. Wayne Nathan is here. Miss Deasy is here. Ernest Stadhart is here. Purple Royal is here. Dre Bell is here. Marcia Walters is here. Marlene Sinclair Grant is in the building. Janet Stewart is here. London Boy, big up yourself and thank you for being here. Craig and Bailey, Wagwan family. Darren Brannon is in the building. Darren, good morning. Big up yourself and thank you for being here. Kay Young is here. Miss Goldie Robinson is here. Darren, 305. Darren Brannon, 305. Darren, you the one that used to do, and I don't know if you still do it, the jerk drum barbecue stuff in Miami? If you are, then just say yes in the comment section below. And if that's you, then you've definitely been with me since day one. So you are day one, or big up yourself. I haven't seen you in Miami yet, or did we meet one time? Remind me. Come here, I get old. I'm a brain, I left me. My head, I get a water. Kay Young is in the building. Miss Goldie Robinson is here. Miss Goldie Robinson, big up yourself. Lexus RCF24 is here. Rika Lou is in the building. Nadine Lee is in the building, and Tracy Champion is here. Natasha B, Lady J, Clive Stewart. And if I didn't call your name, then you already know what it is. So manners and respect same way, and Wally Palov back at that. All right. All right. So let's get into the story about Peter Spencer. You know, I read yesterday in the Jamaican news that he's from Waterhouse. Waterhouse community, and he recently migrated to the United States of America. So it's not like say him there here a long time, and you know he know the run-ins, and these are lifelong friends that he had gathered while he was growing up here or something. The man just come here and just reach. I think the headline says that the family of Peter Spencer, a Jamaican who was victim of a modern day lynching, they want answers as to what happened to Peter. That was the headline for the Jamaica's news yesterday. So it resurrected this for me to do this today. However, they kind of like put out the same information, so I'll go off of this. All right, Jamaican immigrant Peter Spencer. He was fatally shot in mid-December in what his sister is calling a modern-day lynching. Spencer was 29 years old when he was killed, and he leaves behind his fiancée and their unborn child. In the video I did originally covering this, you will see a picture of, because some people were asking me, SouFlo, was he with a white woman, or was he with a, because what the hell was he doing way up this way and did that? Usually, you know, the person you're dating carry you places and stuff, that your world going to their world going to your world. You know, if a grandspend will come from, she gonna know what grandspend look like if we start date. If she come from uptown, me gonna know what uptown look like if we start date, right? Even though I'm not from there, but me I go which part my woman there or my partner is, kind of thing. So I thought people were asking, valid question, because some people were jumping down their throats like, why are you even asking that? Why does it matter if he was with a white woman or a black woman or whatever? So sometimes we could just chill, because these questions, you might be looking at it the wrong way when somebody's intention with the question is something totally different, right? We want the motive as to why. Because people are trying to understand, why did he end up way up there? Why way out in the woods in a cabin and hunting and all this, and then just move from Jamaica from a place like say Waterhouse, right? So that's what that was about. So Peter Spencer, 29 years old, and he leaves behind his fiancée and his unborn child. You will see the picture of his fiancée and him in the other video that I did pertaining to this. You will see that obviously he's not with a white woman. And now that we know that, not that it matters, unless he was with one that set him up or something. So who was Peter Spencer? Peter Spencer was a 29-year-old black man who migrated to or immigrated to the U.S. from Jamaica with his family. His sister said on the GoFundMe page that she set up that her brother had hoped to help their mother open up a restaurant. That's the information that was given here. So this was his dreams and aspirations as he's coming to the United States of America. She said that the decision stemmed from their family traditions in Jamaica when their mother cooked and sold fish and soup every Friday. And I'll have you know that a Jamaican restaurant in the United States of America is a very lucrative business. Very. How did Peter Spencer die? Peter Spencer was found dead on December 12th after police. Y'all got to listen to the details, because this is when the conversation will get big. Peter Spencer was found dead on December 12th after police were called to a cabin where he was staying in Venango County, Pennsylvania. I did an aerial view look of the place and area that he was at. Pretty isolated area. Spencer's fiancée, Camila King, said that Spencer was invited to a weekend of hunting with a white male co-worker. All right. Right here is where is where the code word is going to come in for me. See, I remember when we weren't liked that much. I was the early wave of those that came over. Remember when we weren't liked that much? Nobody wanted to really be Jamaican, Irie man, cool man kind of thing, right? I remember the real racist white kids in my school, they used to let it be known that they were racist. They didn't have any qualms about it. I grew up in Miami, Florida, right? Right when the wave of Cubans were coming in. So those who were racist, they didn't have any issues letting you know that they were racist. As I grew older, I remember specifically something that they used to say all the time. Whenever they were mad at you, they would say, I'll take you on a hunting trip. You want to come? I'm extending the invite. You know what that meant, right? I understood from a young age growing up. That's basically saying, I'll take you on a hunting trip and you will be the one that's being hunted. Or I'll take you on a hunting trip and I'll leave you out there in the woods because I'll shoot you instead of shooting that animal that we were hunting. That's that code word right there, hunting. They took Peter on a hunting trip. They offered him to go hunting, and Peter said yes, right? All right. And this is a male co-worker that he had worked with before. King did not respond to the son's request for comments in time for this article. I'm guessing that's the his sister. They're saying she did not respond in time, or was it Peter Spencer was found dead? Let's see if it's his sister. Give me a second, because Talia Spencer. So that's King. That's the person who is the co-worker. He did not respond when the son was trying to reach out to him to do this article right here. How did he die? Let's get into that. So the co-worker, whose name has not been released, invited 3 friends to join them, including 2 men and 1 woman. So you have the guy that invited Peter, which is the co-worker, and he invited 3 friends. That's 2 men, 1 woman. So that's 4 people. Peter makes 5. Peter is the only fly in the buttermilk in this story. Peter is the only, how should I say it now? The only melanated individual in this story. Some people might say, oh, I have white friends and we're cool. If they ask me to go hunting, I'll go. I wouldn't think anything bad would happen if I went with them. I trust them. They're my friends. That's some people. And then other people would say, oh, hell no. Nobody white now invite me up in a no woods and no cabin to go hunting with people I don't know. And it's 4 of them that's of the other persuasion and me by myself. I don't care how good me is with them as friends or anything. Not going that far. I followed some white friends to some desolate parts of the world and ran into situations myself. I was in the UK and then got invited to go on a weekend trip to Ireland and Scotland. And we were going to backpack the whole trip. And we did. I remember when I got to Ireland, they took me to their favorite waterhole or their favorite pub. And it was, you know, you go have a drink. And there was this place close by that had like a bunch of hippies and stuff over there. And I thought, hey, this is cool. I hear drumming, I hear chanting and stuff. And I'm thinking, this is great. As soon as I walked into that pub, we parked, got out the car, walked into the pub. I heard when I was walking through the pub, ambitious hustler, big up yourself, ambitious hustler. I said, me not do that. As soon as I walked into the pub, I heard, and I just wanted to pee because we were driving for a long time. As soon as I walked into the pub, they all went to the counter because they're going to go get their drinks. I said, I'm going to go use the bathroom real quick and I'll come back, right? So I went to use the bathroom. Passing the bar to go to the bathroom, I heard, he knows his place. This man thought I was going to the back of the establishment because I know my place. Remember, ride in the back of the bus, sit down in the back of the room. They did that to us forever. So some of these people from overseas that take on certain ideologies, they study the history of how we were treated. And when we come through, them try to treat you just the same. So I recognized it right away. Remember, I know, me a young youth, just left America, ain't been away from home or my family in ever, and decided to go buy a plane ticket, take up myself and go to Europe because I wanted to live in the UK and all these things, or at least see what it was about. And I was adventurous and young, brave too. Now that I look at it, I'm partly stupid because there I was going all over God's good creation with people who are really strangers, but they were nice. So I thought they were nice people enough to go with. Anyhow, I heard he knows his place. I didn't think anything of it. I went in the bathroom, you know, I pull out, I'm standing there at the thing, I'm peeing. And this man comes up and stands right next to me, and he's not peeing. Him just I look for me so. And then another one came, stood on the other side, and was looking at me like this, and he wasn't peeing either. So I thought, oh shit, I'm gonna get jumped. Immediately I thought, what you heard before, he knows his place, was right. they have a garden out in the back of the pub. And when I told, because I told them as soon as I got out, I said, hey, I just got confronted in the bathroom. Two guys, right, kind of sandwiched me in, and I feel very threatened here. And when I was coming in, I heard he knows his place. Remember, I know a white, there was Jen, Steph. Okay, there was three, I was with three white people and myself being the only fly in the buttermilk, similar to Peter's situation. They said, when I told them, they said, oh, it's definitely that, mate. It's definitely that. All right, let's go have a drink in the garden. And I thought, how about let's friggin' leave? Like, the threat is not serious to them, right? And they're your friends, right? They mean you no harm, but the threat that you see, they don't see it. So the threat is not serious to them because they're saying, let's go have a drink in the garden then. I thought the garden is the back of the facility. So what they said when I came in, he knows his place. That means I can't sit at the pub counter and have a drink. My place is outside. If I'm going to have a drink, I come in, get my drink. I'm reading everything fast, okay? And you need these skills to survive. Now that I look back, I think, damn, I had those skills at a young age to survive. Anyhow, similar to this, but I'm telling you this to say this. Peter never understand what did I go on. There was another time I was living in the UK and I was dating a girl, Ginny Mitchell. I can't say her name because we've been long not communicated over the years. But anyways, a tall white girl that was a model, and her dad had a company that manufactured remote controls. So they were like pretty well to do off and stuff. So I used to go into some weird places, right? Which part for them life was very different from, say, my family's life in the UK. So I'm experiencing things and going places. She took me one day. Come on, let's go for a stroll up through this place and be an adventurous and stuff. Now, this is a place where she always go. When I got up, after we go through crevices and hills and whatever, more like midday hiking, when I got up to like a flat area up there, I immediately looked over and saw a group of people that looked like skinheads to me. I recognized the Doc Martin boots with the laces, the red laces, and all this other stuff that they had going on over there. And then, watch what a story I go. As soon as they recognized us, we had to run. They were literally chasing us, and we had to run. So we run, back down a hill, back through some sitting and run, going to our apartment building. And she's beating off these people's door. They open the door, we go in the door, then close the door. It's somebody that she knows. I was so pissed off with that girl. Telling the story now, I feel pissed off. I was so pissed off with her, and I said, Jenny, you come up here all the time, right? She said, yes, but I didn't expect any. I said, listen, those are skinheads, right? She said, yes. I said, so why did you bring me up here? You know, look at the area. It's an isolated area, and we had to run our ass off. The whole time, the whole 2 years I was in the UK after that, I did not go back to that side of the country, state, city, whatever the hell that was. I stay upon the next side, right? And every time she wanted to go somewhere, it was more like, no, we going where I'm comfortable at. And she couldn't understand it. So I'm saying this to say this again. Sometimes your friends, I'm not trying to come in or someone to stay, want to feel like, I've seen people leave comments already. You are racist. I didn't know you were a racist. Blah, blah, blah. But just for me saying stuff like this. So I break it down simply to say, I'm not demonizing your white friend that you love or like, or that's been loyal to you or good to you. I'm not putting everybody in one bucket. And I'm not saying that all of them are the same way. What I'm saying is even your good white friend might not perceive the threat the way you perceive the threat until shit hits the fan. But you can see it coming from a mile away, right? Most, if not all, white folks are. What is skinhead, fam? Okay, so back then they had skin. You can look it up, but back then they had skinhead people that threw up the Nazi sign, "Long lebe Deutschland, Heil Hitler," and threw up them things on. They scraped their head bald. They wore Doc Martin boots with red laces, and friggin' it was their uniform, some tight-ass jeans, and you know they were rough tumble. They used to beat your ass if they catch you. Go look back at the UK's early era of when the Windrush people came through. Of course, that was way before me, but they were there back then, whooping ass. So the Jamaicans and the Caribbean people who came through in that era, those were people, organized terrorist groups, I call them, that we had to encounter in the UK. And I got a taste of that in a modern way, right? And it's because I was with white friends who I thought, hey, they must have my best interest at heart. They won't take me anywhere that's dangerous for me. And they did, because they were just thinking like the world is kumbaya. And if you like people and they're good, you hold hands and sing. And she was a big hippie anyways. So she was into all that. But yeah, I can relate to this story of Peter Spencer in that manner. Right? All right. The co-worker whose name, and I'm wondering why they haven't released his name or anything, but I guess they're being cautious. So the co-worker whose name has not been released, he was the one that invited 3 friends to join them, including 2 men, 1 woman. And this is according to his sister's GoFundMe page. Spencer was the only black person in the group, and he was killed in what his sister is calling a hate crime because of the way that it happened. He was found approximately 2:30 a.m. with 9 gunshot wounds. 9 gunshot wounds after they invited him to come. The story gets deeper because nobody's been arrested for this. Nobody's been arrested for this. The Black Political Empowerment Project, or BPEP, says that they want answers to what happened to Spencer and why no charges have been filed. Y'all remember George Floyd, right? Y'all know that. And not George Floyd, but what's that brother name that was jogging and they ran him down? Aubrey, Ahmaud Aubrey. So similar thing, nothing happened. Nothing happened until the big old organized Black Lives Matter movement started taking buses and planes and converging upon that city and making a whole lot of noise. And then them people were like, well, we don't want all that trouble around here. Got a whole lot of people on the street. Now, David, we got to do something about this. And then they started doing something about it. Eventually, as you can see, the trial just wrapped up. They all got life. 1 got life with the possibility of parole, and the other 2 got life. No possibility of parole. So it wasn't until somebody started making noise, it wasn't until awareness was raised that something was done. But nobody was arrested. He was jogging, big broad daylight, hot sun out. He's jogging under the shades of the tree, and out of nowhere came these guys. I don't know if y'all seen the video, but I've seen the video. I have the footage and pictures, right? Because they broke the video down into still frame shot pictures where you can see every minute of what took place between them and Ahmaud Aubrey. He was hunted down in the middle of the street in broad daylight and executed. It was definitely a lynching. 1 person was filming from the back of a truck, while the other one, father and son, one was fighting him down and the other one was egging him on, and all the man was doing was jogging down the street. Their excuse was, well, we thought he had broken into one of the houses around here. Why? Did you see him coming from one of the houses? No, we just thought he had broken into one of the houses around here. He looked suspicious. And they almost got away with that. So he was found at approximately 2:30 a.m. with 9 gunshot wounds. The Black Political Empowerment Project, BPEP, says that they want answers. The CEO of BPEP, who is Tim Stevens, told Pittsburgh Action News 4 that we are talking 6 bullets to the chest, man, 2 into the buttocks, and 1 that we have a difference of opinion about. Either that one was through his mouth or it was from the back of his head and it exited through his mouth. That's how they did him. This is Peter. This is how they did the youth from Waterhouse, where migrate here to come get a better life for himself, right? Brother could have stayed at Waterhouse and get killed and see how people dying. You don't see how people getting killed like flies right now as far as the gun thing goes in Jamaica. Like we're pushing up to 100 already in the first couple of days, the first 18 days of the year. So he's from a place where it's pretty volatile, or he could easily get into something preserved, come all the way up foreign, where he could have really maximized his potential. Because from what I'm hearing, he was very ambitious and he had, you know, the wherewithal to do it. But the way how they did him, though, the CEO of BPEP says we're talking 6 bullets to the chest, 2 into the buttocks, and 1 we have a difference of opinion about. It's either it went through the back of his head and came out his mouth, or it went through his mouth and came out the back of his head. All the gun expert them are going to talk, but they make different bullets that do different things nowadays. Usually the bullet would make a small entrance at the entrance point and blow a hole in the back. And then you have some that are real vicious. They'll make a really small hole in the front and then they'll tear a huge, like everything in the back is gone. And then you have some that go straight through, right? And it's neat and it goes straight through entrance to exit. So you can't really tell if, unless there's a burn mark, which would suggest that somebody rests the muzzle of the gun right here, then you can say this is the entrance. You wouldn't be able to tell. But he's saying there's a difference of opinion. So what the police is going with versus what he's thinking happened, he's thinking along the lines of what would prove an execution. Not that he was running away, or yes, Peter was running away because he was scared and he was trying to get the hell up out of there and they shot him right from the back. Boom, that could mean that. Or in a court of law, it could mean proving that this is an execution. They laid him down and shot him through his mouth. Now, in a letter that was written by the U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland, Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf, the Venango County DA's office, and others, Stevens demanded an immediate investigation into Spencer's murder. So I guess he wrote all these entities trying to get answers from them. He also condemned and demanded that this murder be considered as a hate crime and an act of domestic terrorism. One 25-year-old male was in custody and had claimed that the shots were fired in self-defense. You hear this? That the shots were fired in self-defense. So I'm to believe that you invited Peter, who was a stranger to your environment, and only flying the buttermilk. That's a southern thing they say, only flying the buttermilk, you know, buttermilk, white fly, black fly in buttermilk. If a fly drop in milk, you know how the thing look. So, but anyhow, I'm to believe then that he was invited to this strange environment with people he hardly knows, and he got there, and as soon as he got there, he got violent. And they were so scared they had to defend themselves. And the guns we brought for hunting animals out in these woods, we had to use it on him because he became the animal, and we were afraid. That's their defense. Nobody's been arrested. On 25, let's take this phone call real quick. Good morning, live on the air with SouFlo.
Yes, SouFlo. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, family.
I listen to you all the time. It's that's a hate crime. Let me tell you what happened to my son. My son never go to jail. He born here.
Mm-hmm. He was born in the U.S.
Yes, my kid's born here.
Okay.
He went to West Virginia because he went to he said he wants to go to job corps, and he went to West Virginia a couple of years ago. And one day he left and go to Virginia. And as soon as he meet West Virginia, the police held him, and they was taking him to kill him. And he said that he doesn't want to, he's not going to the police box with them, the state police. And they took him and locked him up and put 10 charges on him, telling me charge, okay, my son never go to jail. Never went to prison, never get dropped, was going to the police. And if he had gone with them, they would have killed him. That way, the see West Virginia is not far, not really far from, as a good way from the 2 hours away from my house. And we could not find him. And I keep calling, somebody calling and said, my son get laptop. So I start searching it all. I even call NAACP. These people tell me they take your children and take them and load them and kill them. Is this guy girlfriend white? Is she white? Get killed.
See, y'all see this, right? Some people are not clear, so they can't hear you. I don't know if you might be holding the phone too close or if you have us on speaker or what, but
I'm on speaker. I'm on speaker. 1 minute.
Okay.
I just get up and tune into you, and I say I have to call you.
All right. So if you take us off speaker, you can hear. We can hear you better. But y'all notice that she asked the same question just now, right? You asked if his girlfriend is white, right?
Yes, I can't even get myself off the speaker with the phone again. 1 minute. Let me see something. Oh my God. I'm going crazy with this little phone.
Okay, take your time. Take your time. I'll talk to them in the meantime. So she just
listen. Is his girlfriend white?
See, she's asking the question: is his girlfriend white? No, she's not. Matter of fact, let me pull around this other computer right here. Plugged in. This is where I'm taking the story from this morning. This is not my touchscreen computer, so. Here.
My son, let me tell you something. My son never dated no black girl. And he's 20, he'll be 29 next month. I never see bring a black girl in. And he went to Virginia to meet a white girl. And they held him up there, that's West Virginia. If you go there and tell you, the other friends, his friends, they go up there and the people did them the same thing. My son told them to put people in prison. And the black guy told him, they spray my son eyes with pepper spray, and my friend, and a guy was in the lockup there. They stripped the guy naked, skin those warriors up there, those white warriors, and spray his penis with pepper spray. These people, they're racist. And I warned myself, I said, do not go to Virginia. Do not go up there. And he did 5 men, he went up there, and that's what they did with him. And put him on $300,000 bail.
They pinned charges on him and put him on $300,000 bail.
And we charges all kinds of things. When you go there, there's no black people in prison with the 2 black boys in another one. The minute you go to West Virginia, you're in big trouble. I'm telling you. Even my driver, I drove and go up there, and the state police stopped me and I thought I'm going up there. And I'm a black boy. You go up there, like to kill you.
So is your son okay today, mommy? Is your son okay today? Is your son okay today though?
Yes, he's
okay.
I have COVID and he's gone to work. Yes, they torture these people, children. And then now this guy around him going. I now be campaign for Democrats. I do a lot of campaigning. And I call up everywhere. And they're glad to release him. You think they're easy in this country? They're only pretending that they're not racist. They're dead racist. You see in Georgia is another place. Black people go there, they have to leave. Especially African descendants. If you're from Africa, you have to leave. That's why people don't want to give them work and all these things.
Right.
I had a friend went up there, she had to run right back down here. She couldn't stay. But we don't get these things like that here because majority of times if you hear these things, is those guys that doing drugs or whatever, you know. I live in a lone soul, 24 bedrooms, and nobody never come here 25 years, nobody never come and rob me or try to break in my house, nothing.
Right.
Nothing. I never had that problem. And I live 5 minutes away from Washington, D.C. I never had a problem. I never had a problem with the police because I go to business and work and come back. But these people are racist. My son like white women, and that's what he get with me. What he did with him. Because if he didn't go to West Virginia to be no white girl, the women, it's kill that boy. They take him and they lower him there just to kill him.
Just to kill him.
And
that's exactly what I think happened.
The family need to call the family need to get a good lawyer.
So your
the
son
family needs to get a good lawyer. It's nothing wouldn't happen.
Yeah, they're working on all that. For you now, your son still lives in the US, right? He was born here, so I'm guessing he still does.
Yes, he born here. He born here.
Right. He still date only white women.
But listen, SouFlo, I'm not racist. My grandmother is Indian.
No, I'm asking you.
But I'm not racist. I don't care what you think. He probably yes, because he's telling me that some girl, some woman, she's 35 years, have 3 children, lives in that same Pennsylvania, telling him to come up there to oh, she have this big house so I went up like I'm mad. I don't play with my children, I have 4 children, none of them. I don't encourage him with wrong things, and I do not encourage. I say, you go to Pennsylvania, you would see what they would do with you. And I send him the picture with the same guy and the story. So he read it. I said, anytime you leave here and go to Pennsylvania, I said, you forget that you have a mother and you forget my number because you don't have no right over Pennsylvania. I said, you see what happened to you in West Virginia? You see what happened to you in West Virginia? I said, this time might be worse. I said, those places, those people is very racist. And you have no right going there. If you driving and go to Canada, let me tell you what happened. I was driving to go over to Canada, my aunt died. And these truck drivers, them is racist too. Those truck drivers, skinhead and redneck and all these things, trying to run us off the road. Every time you encounter one of them, they try to run you off the road. They're terrible. People have to know who they're mixing with because they will get killed. I'm telling you. If the Lord to the children have killed them, and then it said people trying to kill them. Right,
which is what happening in this case. They said that they feared for their life. Well, thank you for sharing, mommy. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Let me tell you something. The police is with them, trying to share them. Not to the police because the Pennsylvania police. The mother needs to get her own private investigator. Call a private investigator company, get a private investigator to run this case. You would see what would happen. If you get onto them, tell them to get a private investigator company, and you would see this is not the first black guy to kill up there. They didn't have a chance to remove his body to bring him out. That is why they found him there. This is not the first black boy that did this kind of thing too.
Right.
This is not the first one. And he would not be the last one. Because if the children don't hear me after they get into trouble. So always SouFlo, I know somebody else to call. I say, I have to call today with this story.
All right, mommy, and I appreciate you.
And let me tell you something. These police are not a set, you know. When they catch these boys in close corner, and you hear they say there's a murder, there's no suspect, you know exactly who think the children. You know exactly.
Yes.
So the ex-police, you know, back home. I was an ex-police, but I'm here so long that that's funny.
All right. Big up yourself, mommy, and I hope you beat the COVID thing and get better.
When they come to my, one time I had to call them for something and come talking foolish. I said, get the hell out of my house. I said, you get out because I will call the county executive in the morning. You're so fast to leave here. I don't play with them. You can't come to people's house with a lot of foolishness and talking to them and you know, that's what they do, intimidate people and treat people and they don't do it to me. They can't come here and do it. Pick them and call the county executive and back them up right there. They have to write statement and all these things. I don't play with them. The mother don't, if you get all of those family members, tell them to hire a private investigator and you will so fast this case will run.
All right, mommy.
Tell them to reach out to the councilman, the congressman and everybody because they're trying to hide the story. It's only because this story come out. They're trying to hide the story.
Yes.
All those people reach out to the let me tell you something. I'll go right. The White House is 10 minutes away from my house. I'll walk and go to the White House if I have to go to.
All right.
Stand up outside the gate. Somebody got to answer me.
Thank you, mommy. Let's free up the line and let somebody else call. I appreciate you. Mommy. All right. Bye-bye. Yo, some of the wickedest man. First of all, right? Yo, but my loving about the terrible. Some of them terrible. First of all, why don't worry about the woman accent? You see somebody said them hate her accent. Okay, for the person who said to sum up all of what she said, I'll do it in less than 60 seconds. She was basically talking about her son. She said her son's love for white women, because he only dates white women, almost got his life taken as well, because he got invited to what place name? Virginia. He got invited to Virginia, and he flew down to Virginia to go meet some white girl and end up almost in the same situation. Police draw him away. They pin charges on him, put him on $300,000 bail and all kind of something like that. I asked her if he's still crazy about, you know, the milk with no coffee in it, and she said yes, he is. Well, that's not here nor there or whatever else. So she was basically just sharing that story and saying that these places are pretty racist, or they have racist people in them. You know, her accent was Caribbean to me. I wasn't trying to figure if the accent was Trini or it was Bajan. I don't care. It was Caribbean to me, and I like all Caribbean accent, all the variations that we come with. See? So I'm stop that's something that over here. We see somebody say I hate our accent to sound like Guyanese or something. Big up my Guyanese family, big up my Bajan family, big up my Trini family. That's how we stay, right? Because it's all one Caribbean, man. Same people. Same people. So no big deal. No big deal. Some acts, but she was talking her thing, and I couldn't hang up on the woman. Someone not tell me, all right, SouFlo, hang up on her now. She's talking about her son almost losing his life, and I'm supposed to just hang up. I gotta go clear the line. Let somebody else call. And I see nobody are calling. No, or no wicked. Anyhow, police did not provide further information when they were contacted by the son. All the police is saying, the CEO of this organization that's pushing to get some clarity to this, that wrote the letter to all these big places, Stephen said that he did not think that the man's claims of self-defense were an unexplainable defense, adding that we can't help but to wonder if there was some racial animosity here somewhere. To wonder. Good morning, you're live on the air with SouFlo.
Big up yourself. Wake up, wise up, and rise up.
Big up yourself, family. What go on?
There, man, we just go and pre the story, man. It's a very unfortunate situation, but them set him up.
You feel them set him up, right?
Them drag him out. Yeah, man, and drag him out there for go kill him. You know, see the like all them finding body, 2 shots inside of the buttocks. So that means that he was fleeing from the scene, and then them turn him around and shoot him in his torso and shoot him in his mouth.
Exactly.
SouFlo.
That's what one detective where look on the thing was saying. Talk now?
Yeah. Obviously, yeah. Remember me telling some daughter they born Melbourne. Melbourne, Brevard County.
Right.
Palm Bay. It's a very racist town, right? And the first job I got, I was working with a construction company with some Polish, white and rare. And one of the times them invite me to go hog hunting with the pit bull them and sitting. And as soon as them start drink, them start make little joke about them are gonna start hunt me. But just rush them and start one big fight and call me breaking them. And all my breaking them from the just come over there and one big fight with me and them. But I never you run them joke with me again, brother.
All right, brother. You see, I did that say earlier, because when we are going to school in Miami, them used to say that. Like when you and them argue, or if they want to make you know, so them we do you something and them don't like you, them used to say the hunting trip something. So me know from back then, say me not go on no hunting trip if invited with any of these. Because it was a code word to say I will take you into the woods and I will done you off out there. Yeah. And then pass it off as hunting gone wrong.
Right,
yeah. I was aiming for the boar and he popped up. Eh?
That was my first experience, and that's why SouFlo, but they have to leave that town there. Too much redneck and too much of them little joke, you know what them always make. Anytime they get drunk, when I play them games, they have a big fight with me, brother, car. Nah, man, the pioneer, no pioneer. So
right.
You're not going to try me, brother.
Right, that's a brother. And you see, you were able to catch it, right? You never sit down there and laugh with them, man. And they're like, oh, he's so cool. You're not racist,
No,
are you,
and
SouFLo?
every day after that, my pressure about it. Every day, my pressure, my virgin them come pressure, them will find them a one bar. Couple weeks later, I will jump them again. What you mean?
All right, brother. Here what? May I tell one story? But when you hang up the phone, may I tell it? Because it's an experience from I got through that is very valid for this point, Hassan.
All right, so I'm gonna jump up on
The live.
live then.
All right, my brother.
Big up yourself. Not on the
Manners.
pioneer,
Ain't
no
no
pioneer.
pioneer, right? That's all. All right, so check this out. You think some people are your friends, right? I'm telling you, and to this day, I've said it before many times. I'm gonna say it again. I've been to parts of the world, and throughout my whole life, I used to think that stick to your own, blacks only, blah blah blah. The other people will get you, and life taught me different. I don't know if this was the universe or the creator's way of showing me that no, that ain't how it go. You got some wicked people among you that's your own, and that's where the biggest danger is gonna come from you. So I gotta wake you up, right? So my journey in life took me many places, and I can tell you that every single time that I was in trouble, needed help, needed rescuing in some situation, it was always some white people that I could depend on, and they didn't have to do anything for me. Them could have run away and left me. And another contrast to that is it was always my black people that was always trying to either get over on me, trying to snipe me in some way, or left me destitute out there by myself. And I went through that for quite a good period in my life. So I started thinking like, damn, so the universe is really trying to teach me something here about, interaction, because obviously I'm a people. I can't depend on my own people, but I could always depend on the people who I was raised to believe. Well, I wasn't, yeah, I was raised to believe that because I grew up in Miami. I was raised to believe that them people here always got something up them sleeve. Anyway, I'm a diverse thinker. So although I have the capacity to say, hey, some people, they're not like that, I have the capacity in my mind to think that, well, good and bad people are everywhere. I don't know, big IQ needed to see that. But for some people, some life experiences are needed to see that. One particular time, so I'm in the army, and in the army, everybody is in. You have some of everybody in there, so you become friends, and you have a diverse crowd of friends, right? Who you go out and party with on the weekends, who you start going over to their house, meeting their family, your children play with their children, this kind of thing, and then you start to get really bond. That's military, right? So I'm in the military, right? And I'm going out this night, so I had my black group of friends. True stuff. I had my black group of friends, and we used to bring white boys out with us. White soldiers used to ask us how to dress so that they can pick up black girls. True story. So we used to tell them, hey man, you don't have to try too hard. Just, you know what I mean? You got to walk more like this. And we would actually walk them in the room in the barracks. We'd be like, yo, okay, show them a couple of dance moves. And we're laughing and like, nah, what are you doing? What is that? Nah, do this. And I swear to God, and they used to go out with us, and they used to have fun. And black girls used to run after them. Oh, white boy got swag. White boy is this. White boy is cool. White boy that, right? Hungry black woman used to name them up quick, fast. And that's why they used to love going out with us. All right. One night, I decided to switch the roles up. I told my group of soldiers that were black that I ended up being partying with and stuff on the weekends. I told them, I said, I'm going to go this way tonight. I want to go to a rock club, not a hip hop club. I want to go to a rock club because I want to see what their partying is like and stuff, right? So I go with the white guys tonight. It's all white. It's 4 of us in a car, and I'm the only black guy there again. We goes out, we party in the rock club. I'm trying to vibe to the music and everything. Honestly, ended up having a good time. Time to go home. We all jump in a cab and we're heading back to the barracks. Why this man? And you know them say liquor make you tell the truth. Why this man put his hand around my neck, his arm around my neck? I'm sitting beside him in the back of the cab. Put his arm around my neck, right? Pull me in like this and kiss me on my face. Mwah! Now, you have to understand, sir, the Jamaican is still there. So Man, I draw me in and kiss me up on my face. I'm like, but you know, I'm out partying, they drunk, whatever. You turn up with your crazy white friends, you already know what I'm talking about, right? Then hear him hand still there on minute now and said, I love you, Matt. I love you to death. I'll kill for you. The only thing I don't like is y'all fucking our women. This man hand still there on my neck, and his grip, he drunk, and his grip is tightened. Because we take care of each other when we go out. No man left behind, right? So if I'm falling down stupid drunk, you will have your friend that'll jack you up and carry over your son and say, throw it up, come on, let's go. Put you in the cab. Get in the cab with you, take you home. They'll tuck you in and lay you down to sleep and stuff. Out with your crazy white friends. You're experiencing life, right? You're young, you're living life. But I remember, I know, all night we laugh and joke and everything, you know, we're throwing shots back and chasing it with this and that, and everybody is having fun in there, and the white girls are coming around, and I'm enjoying their company and stuff, you know, I'm dancing. I'm like the only fly in the buttermilk at the damn club that they went to because they went far away from base. That hug there, that kiss on the cheek that was so rough, and I was chalking it up to, well, him drunk. You know, you're drunk, you don't know your strength. Then he said, I love you, Mac. I'll kill for you. Only thing I don't like is y'all fucking our women. The others that were with us just bust out a laugh. And they're laughing hysterically, like holding their stomach laughing. And I'm stuck like this. Here comes the conversation now. Next one, jump in. Yeah, I hate that shit too. I can't stand it. I hate to see it. I hate to. My sister could never. And I'm like, what the hell am I in the middle of? So I make them talk, right? I was like, yeah. Because the whole time I'm thinking to myself, this could go left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play nice guy, docile. yeah, me sober up straight away. Docile. I'm just waiting to get to the back gate where we check in to get back on post, right? Because we're in a foreign country, by the way, but on a military base. So when we pull up to the back gate, take for myself fast, show my ID, get in, scan up, go in. And when I got in is when I finally was like, whoo. I looked at them. I went to my room. The next morning at formation, they were reminding each other what they said last night. And I didn't have to say anything. And you could see how they were like, they didn't even know how to talk to me anymore. Like, they, awkward moment. And I never went out with them again. Because that. So I say that to say this. Some of them might even have good intentions for you in the beginning. Somewhere in the back of their mind, something else might be lurking that might come to the forefront of their mind once them start have a couple drinks in them and them start get loose and let loose. And just like Craig Bailey said earlier when he called, he said the whole thing of them going out hunting and then them start make them kind of joke there. I've been in those situations too many times. A lot of y'all black people know what I'm talking about who work in those environments. Sometimes, that's why they hit you with that, oh, you're so different. Because somebody else would have probably said, the fuck you just said? I'm reporting your ass. But you did they talk about nah, that's gotta be some kind of racist, but it's not fun. But it's kind of funny though. And they're like, oh, you're not offended? Oh, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool, SouFLo. And I like you, man, because see, you weren't even offended by that. And then them roll with the nigga jokes, and the nigga jokes keep coming out and more, and you're like, ouch. Okay, where's this going? Can I make some white jokes now? Like, what is? I know. I laughed at one kind of, but now you're like one every 2 minutes. Like, what's up? You know? And it comes out. Peter Spencer's sister and fiance have set up separate GoFundMe pages to help with the investigation, and the pages have collectively earned nearly $13,000. That's to this point. And this was printed a while ago, so they've probably earned more by now. Spencer's fiance, who is Camilla King, said that she would hire a criminal attorney to investigate the case. Mama just tell them figure hire private investigators and criminal attorney, right? She said that she has hired a criminal attorney to investigate the case after she and his family were turned away when they went to the police and asked the police for further information. What is going on in this case? Police not giving them nothing. Peter Spencer was the only black individual at the campsite, and he is being portrayed as the aggressor. The Franklin State Trooper's Office will not give Peter's family nor myself any information regarding this incident. This is Tahila Spencer said that her brother was murdered in cold blood, adding that this is a crime and an act of modern day lynching. Now, here are the other parts of the story now. So the minute I read this part, I said to myself, "I'm never there with a Jamaican woman." Because here what? So friend invite you to go hunting, right? You and babes said to each other, say, "Babe, I go out hunting with them early evening. You're going to drop me off up there at the campsite. We're probably going to be drinking some, so obviously I don't want to drive, right? And then you can come pick me up back, say around." She dropped them off at like 2 something in the afternoon. There's another whole, that's why you got to see the video that I did on this, because it went into way more details. What time of day she dropped him off. His fiance dropped him off to that site. He didn't drive himself there. What time of day she dropped him off. What were the last things they spoke about when she dropped them off, etc. Right? She dropped him off there, broad daylight. We couldn't say to our wife, say, "Babe, drop me off up so 2:30 in the afternoon, figure hunt, do some hunting, daylight hunting with my friend them." And she said, "Who are your friend?" And you say, "Where name the for work." "Oh, white boy, man, but you don't really know him still and thing." First of all, she's gonna be like, "Oh, your friend, me no know him, and if you drop you off up in the woods, you go hunting with friend." You would have gotten the already, right? So reading the story, I'm like, she's not Jamaican. She's probably not even from the Caribbean, because our woman them different. She drops him off. She said that they talked about what time she should pick him up. The other story says within a couple minutes of her driving off, after dropping him off, a message came to her phone. A message came to our phone, and the message says, "I'm spending the night." Where a message after she just dropped you off? Me know. I said no. She not. She probably like our Black American brothers and sisters. She gotta not be, cause there ain't no way, bro. There is no way you are gonna talk about. We just talked about, baby, you drop me off at 2:30. Come pick me back up at about 8 o'clock. See, in the evening, we should be done by then. And then as soon as you drop me off, I'm spending the night. That's it. You know, call me if you say, "Boy, baby, it's festive over here." I think I want to spend the night still or something like that, so she can gauge your voice and see if something is going on, so she can listen to the background and see if she hear happy to have you here and anything like that. You know, Gary, nothing except for just a text message. Pick me up tomorrow. May I spend the night? You and I both know, any woman there with no Caribbean woman, you know already, right? Because a text message that now works. So what will happen next? Hello? Yeah. Hello? Peter? Yeah, Peter, when you sending me a text message about you spending the night, I just dropped you off and you said pick you up in a couple hours. Spending the night for what? You could have explained it in the text message, especially because she started calling him and was getting no answer. Which Caribbean woman you have to do that with? She just drop you off. Or not just talk about come pick me up in a few hours. As she drive off, you text, "I'm spending the night," and she'll call you and no answer. Not gonna happen. She coming back. She'll come back and find out where I deal with. Right? She's calling and he's not answering. To me, that signals that they already had him. as soon as he got there, that boy got guns pointed at him. Put your phone down. Open the phone. Put it on your wife's or your girl's number. Yeah, let me see our text messages. Okay, so this is her. Boom. All right, I'm gonna send a message for it. Don't pick me up. I'm spending the night. Boom. That's it. Then she start calling back and they're like, oh shit, she's calling back. Don't answer. Don't answer. Because how can we answer? She's gonna know from his voice that something is wrong. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Big up yourself, SouFLo. Yeah, man, I'm here again. Yo, you just read my mind, brother. As soon as she left, is when the tussling go on. When she get the text message, him already dead, brother. That's when him start to run. When they find the gun on him and she left, and he start run and they shoot him 2 times. 2 times in the arm, butt up. And then as soon as they turn around now, them just finish him off. That's what I think happened. Soon as him get there, he got his stuff taken. He tried to run away and he got shot. Yeah, because he was supposed to be the hunted on the strip, not one of the hunters. Like a movie. Don't mean to cut you. There's a movie with this black actor, bald actor. Him taking co-workers out to a mountain trip to hunt, and it's like 8 of them, and him end up hunt every last one of them. The same black actor that used to come in the movie of Rock. The black ballet actor. Him take them out there and then him start hunt them. But not too like them hunting trip there with white people, brother. Boy, yeah. So let me finish this up still. Big up yourself. All right. People, I'm a brother that you know. We actually met right here through this platform and found out that we came up in the same time in Miami through the same school system and everything. So anyway, Get Out is what the movie is called. And I see some people I say, Lord God, what you more calling again and all these things. No left man them no man, left people them when them a call you now call. The thing would have just dry so. But anyhow, let me talk. So yes, his woman said she dropped him off, and within minutes of dropping him off, she not even got too far down the road. Already text message, I'm spending the night. She thought that was weird. A lot of people are saying she thought that was weird and she didn't turn around and go back. Well, she didn't turn around and go back. And she regrets not turning around and going back now. Later on in the evening now, it's said that his mom kept calling his phone. And he's not the type of person to let his mom call and phone just ring all the time. Don't talk to that person there. Or leave his phone carelessly anywhere. Is a man will keep him phone on him, and if his mother call, he's gonna answer it. Mommy calling, no answer. Wifey I call, no answer. Right? And that's when they were like, okay, something is off. Something is off. Drunk men talk. What's on their mind? Yes, that's why them say alcohol bring out the truth in people. And the true you. The true you. You ever hear people talk about, I was drunk, that's why I ended up sleeping with him or ended up sleeping with her. Or, no, you just want something to blame it upon. That's why Jamie Foxx did that song about blame it on the alcohol. Because you want to blame it upon it. It's the truth serum, is what we call it. You drink enough of it, you just start spilling beans, even when you didn't mean to. Wake up tomorrow talking about, did I do that? Did I say those things? Half away you say I can't remember. Get drunk and start fire off sexting messages. Send one back to the ex. Send over some dick pics. Send over some this. And start out of character texting. And then tomorrow you're like, damn. That's drinking. When you drink too much. So yeah. I had that experience. Brother hugged me up. Kiss off my face and say, I love you, Mac. I fucking kill for you. I'll die for you, he said. I just don't love when y'all be fucking women. I said, oh shit. Now, to his story, we have 8 minutes left on here. To his story, to Peter Spencer's story. Yes, we call it the truth serum. To Peter Spencer's story. The truth serum. All right, so I was gonna go way off left, but let me not.
because I don't want to trivialize Peter thing, but we'll talk. To his story, it's obvious to me that this was they invited him there, they pre-planned what they were going to do to him there. Things didn't go the way they planned it. Because Peter sighted, but him sighted too late. Peter tried to make a run for it. This is my assessment. Peter tried to make a run for it and got gunned down. They were supposed to go out in the woods and hunt. And he was going to be out in the woods hunting with them too. This is how it was supposed to be planned, or this is how it was planned but didn't go down. They were supposed to go out into the woods to hunt. Peter was supposed to be out there hunting somewhere, and they were supposed to fire from a distance and hit him, or let him run in the woods and them chase him, and whoever finds him gets the prize kill, that kind of stuff. And that they supposed to go on. When time them reach and them take with him on phone, and Peter said, no, 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 and guns got drawn, and Peter tried to run, it was too late. But that is when Peter realized what was actually going on. He could not realize it any other time because she just dropped him off. So he had all good intentions and all good things in our mind going up there. I see somebody else say, yeah, this look like a drug deal gone wrong. Because black guys are known for dropping off drugs in white neighborhoods. Like, I'm not putting none of that in there. Mind you, I don't put nothing past nobody, but I'm not putting any of that in there because that's not the vibe I get. Right? But I want to know how I youth for a Waterhouse though. We come here as a big man. How him got to the place where he feel comfortable that we were going to go hunting with these people. My last call for the morning, live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Yo, good morning, SouFLo. What's up? You good?
Good morning, family day. I'm good. You?
It's that we catch it. Good morning. Don't know. We catch it when the kind of late. You know what I mean? Because we see the thing so end.
Yeah, see that.
No man, and that man, you know, more time you got earlier. You wake up. We got milk boy. You wake up about 2 o'clock tonight.
Them one day.
Yeah,
I can't go back to sleep.
Yeah, man. That's what. We have a little friend on the road that go trucking and she stopped from 7:30 in a snow and couldn't move, you know? And she just stopped. No, just stop move. So, you don't know. We're on the phone and try to make sure everybody do, you know?
Yeah. Them one day.
But that's yeah, that's your thing, you know, brother.
Where you feel?
Watch out. Look at them thing, people. More black people use them thing as a lesson. This is a lesson. For one and hear people and who have experience in these things and see these things all the time. No, I'm not just I'm a racist. We just put up on can't for no prepare on yourself for anything. Be smart. Tell a woman say you come back in 5 minutes time. If you come back in 5 minutes time, you now get me. Come back, come to our one.
You have to plan it out.
You have to be smart. Yeah, you mean you have to be strategic to and plan out the thing. Remember, say you deal with some people that look at we as a certain type, you know.
Yes, as not human.
I want the best of what our community produce, you know, because some man go talk about, not the black woman, but my youth, you know, recognize them girl over there, so that's the best way the community. Black woman them nowadays are left with the riffraff. See them way vice versa with the woman them. The man them run down over the side there, and for them man, the white boy over there want the best woman them what we produce in a food community. We want black people to start looking into these things. Because slavery, the slave master want the best of what in the best singer, the best dancer, the more intelligent one. You know what I mean? They choose these things. The one who have the brain, who can go run the business. Yo, this is my investment right here. This is how these people think. We don't trust them people there. Oh, I tell black woman and man in us. When they're in a relationship with these type of people, kind of like someone that have experience. Be the God over them. And then say, if you go be the worshiper over them, and say, if you go be the God over there. That means, say, yo, you are monster, you are gorilla, you are everything over there. When you talk, your voice rumble. Let them know, say, yo, don't care about me, we'll break your job one. Yeah, we serious out here. You know know what I mean?
Right,
We can't trust, but we're not going to do them thing there because we wait for you to touch it. Because we're not going to speak to them, smack down somebody. So we wait for you to ask so we can get the year to and
right, that's all. Right, that's all. Real talk, brother.
When I take no slavery mentality from people, from both sides, from my side and from Philip's side, I'm not deal with it.
True.
Inequality, me I deal with it. So I said, me, if I know say, oh, no love me, may I show you back love to no matter what race, skin color, any color, green, yellow, where you come from.
You know, some of the people that get some of some of the people that get real docile in the presence of certain other people, you know, them get real humble down and them get like if you see them amongst them own people, like them have the most aggression and you know say a man that way you can't have to like a bad man, you know, or a man who tear up the place still, you know, and him can defend himself, you know. But when they reach round them other people there, them turning a yes and okay and it's all right. Yeah.
So, but when they are Magna and see a youth, a Jamaican youth, the man, them all kick him in the body. Running down and them thing there. I want to have a supervisor. You know, a supervisor boy, the Indian boy from India. You know, a boy, they talk in a real, as the more time when they talk to people, like, lick in your back, but you know, tap here and you know, lick you, make you feel all it in your spine.
Yeah, I will feel your back.
Go floor. My time pedaling for the next time, brother. My time pedaling that year, yes, when time I him the first one and eat him belly, must go on at the blow office to tell him something eat no fat. You are going. Then tell him in the meeting them, no ass, no push ramping, no dog ramping, put your hand on your side blood. I mean, block you up blood. So even people like yourself, you have to educate yourself, history.
Yeah.
People that are here, just hide them, you beat your out when you not pay attention.
True.
You see me?
True.
That's not the man. You don't know.
Manners.
You have to give a quick call.
Yeah, my brother. Manners and respect, yes.
Bring them back to reality because this is a reality check. Them and get back again, you know.
Right, that's all.
It's a reality check. This is a reality check for two people. Them just say, yo, stop with the stop being loose and stop trying to break. Have a break, a plantation, start planting, for your reading there. More not to put on the bread at the
can't drop your guard.
Yo, cool, no man.
All right, that's our word.
That energy away, you know?
Yeah.
All right, respect.
Manners, brother.
Yeah, man. Thanks, and have a great day.
You too. Bye. All right. Yeah, and that was the last call for the morning. And yes, what the brother close off by saying is, and you heard what I just said, though, some of the people are like that, like them warrior spirit on full blast, and they're up and antennas up and defense up and everything around their own. And reach on some other people and them start feel like, I don't know if all these are good people and they're nice to me, and you know, and the people that my plot feel. And even when them start disrespect you, like he was saying that the man are buffing me and back all the time, like a joking thing. Like we're big people where I play them kind of game there for, you know. And the next one who they used to run down and make him run and run him down and kick him in and body and them kind of something there. And he's like, no, I'm not playing them game there with you. See, I'm not playing them games there with you. I'm not that kind of person. You see me as a grown man, you respect me as a grown man, an intelligent person, and you know, bring the same respect like that you think you deserve from me. Don't let your guard down is the message, right? Naya says, don't let your guard down is the message. We cannot let our guards down. Well, rest up, brother Peter. Sorry said, and Sophia. And I sincerely hope that you get justice. We will continue to follow this case, though. Now, to follow this right through, I want to see when somebody is arrested, if somebody is arrested, or is this going to require a big old protest and the resurrection of a big movement to make some noise for something to be done about this? Are they going to just call this a self-defense, their words against the dead man's words, and we're going to go with their words and just seal it off as that? Nobody's going to ask questions. Is the law going to ask questions like, how did he get shot in the butt and in the chest and in the mouth and all this other stuff? You know, like if you're so scared of somebody, why did you have to go so close up to shoot? Because if I'm afraid of a lion and the lion is prone to attack, and we out here in the open, may I shoot from way over here. So I'm not gonna go up to the lion like I'm afraid of this lion, bow, and shoot it close up, you know? So all the stuff right here don't make no sense in this. And what it points to now is that he was lynched. This was pre-orchestrated. This was planned out. Their plan didn't go exactly as, and they messed up as soon as he got there by taking his phone, sending message about spending the night, all that other stuff. Let's see where it goes from here. All right, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Hit the bell next to it. Hover over the bell to where you see the messages that says send me all videos or send me some videos or don't notify me at all. Hit the send me all videos so you get all the update them when the videos are uploaded. All right. Manners and respect to each and every one of you, man. And I hope justice comes out of this for Peter and some peace somewhere down the line for his family as well. They need answers. I would need answers too. You would need answers too if this was your child, your brother, your first close family member, etc. All right. Manners and respect. Bless up, and I'll catch you on the next video. I'm out. Peace.